Rocco, after you guys had pretty much answered back every time Kansas City scored something, how much of a roller coaster was that ninth as you guys were trying to finish it out?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's, I was talking to Hap on the way in after the game, and it's like, you think you've seen everything, and then, you see something else. And these kinds of swings in the game are what makes it fun and what makes it interesting and what makes it all exciting. I'm glad we ended this game where we did. We had something kind of not go our way, and then we have something go our way to finish the game. I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun being in the dugout when you get something like that and you finish a game like that. I think we played a well-played game. The excitement at the end, kind of the cherry on top, but it was a very good overall effort, I think, from our group.
Hey, Rocco, the speed display aside, Nelson Cruz hit some balls pretty hard to the left side today. What did you see from him?
Yeah, he had good swings, and he was flying on the bases today. And, you don't have to be the fastest guy to be a good aggressive base runner. Nelly has good instincts on the bases. It's funny to talk about, and we have a good time and joke around a lot, but he has pretty good instincts, and he always gives a very solid professional effort all the time. He's not just out there on the bases going base to base. He goes out there and gets good reads and takes pride in what he does, and stealing a base and going out there and legging out that's who he is. Like, we're going to have some fun with him, that's for sure. But he certainly brings that every day. He always has.
Nelson still talking about his stolen base in the clubhouse right now?
We're going to hear about this. We're going to hear about this forever. How old is he now? How many guys at this age have stolen a base in the big leagues? Probably not a ton. But again, I can hear him through about 3 walls and 2 doors right now, still talking about it.
So you didn't call that from the dugout, did you?
No, I didn't. But, over the course of the last 3 seasons, Nelson's taken off a few times. And you do have to trust your players' instincts out there on the field. And, whether he's safe or out, honestly, you have to be willing to trust that. Is Nelson, a traditional green light guy? That's, Buck's the green light guy. Like, let's be honest, that's regardless of who's on the mound, almost all the time, depending on situation, but almost all the time, he's got the green light. Nelly's almost like a no light guy. He's not red light, but he's not red. You're not even red lighting him. You're not really doing anything. And then a few times a year, he's just going to take off and go when he has a pretty good feeling that he's going to be safe. So I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
Early on, Jose didn't have a whole lot of swings and misses, and obviously it's a pretty good contact lineup over there. But what did you see as he kind of fought through it and gave you guys 6?
Yeah, he battled very well. The velocity, I think, looked fine. I think it was there. His stuff was good. Probably not his best swing and miss stuff, though. And I think they do on the other side, in Casey, make an effort to put the ball in play and battle through at bats. It's something they take pride in, and it makes life difficult at times because they're not going to go out there with any sort of all or nothing approach. And with Jose, talking with Wes, the four-seamer, maybe not getting the swings and misses that he normally does, the breaking ball, moving a little bit laterally and potentially, at least from the dugout, maybe a little less, depth. But really, you're always going to have days like that where you just have to battle through it. On top of that, the elements were tough today for the starting pitchers. It was warm, and these guys are, soaked out with sweat and duking it out there. And Jose battled phenomenally out there and was able to give us 6 good innings. And we could get back in the game at that point because he was able to go out there and pitch. He gutted it out and did a nice job.
Rocco, do you have a starter for tomorrow?
We do, but I'm going to need probably another 30 minutes before we announce it. So I'm going to pass it off to Dustin before we leave the ballpark today, and he will shoot it out to you. We have a couple of things to cover before we announce it publicly, but yes, we have one.
Okay, you guys had your issues against left-handed pitching last year. Really couldn't put our fingers on it, but I mean, Miggy hitting the Hall of Fame building for the second time in 2 years, 2 other big swings. Just the kind of thing you expect to see from this lineup against lefties again.
Yeah, I think this is fully in our capabilities. This is who we are. We do have a group that can drive the ball. We do have a group where we can put out a good lineup against left-handed pitching. There's no guarantees. Just because you're throwing right-handed hitters out there doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the at-bats you want or have the success you want. But we have a good group to go out there and compete. So I'm not really surprised to see some good swings against a left-hander. And Minor's good. I mean, Minor's not just any left-hander. You know, this guy's very good at what he does too. Spins the ball very well and gets some swings and misses himself. So I was very pleased with the types of at-bats we've had. And really, when you look around at the kinds of at-bats that we've had lately, I think we should be pretty pleased with the way we've continued to battle on and not really give in on anything. And I think that showed today.